Breaking news on a Wednesday. The Chiefs trade away arguably the best left guard currently in the NFL, but it's still the best move Kansas City can make ahead of the new league year. We're going to discuss why trading away Joe Thunk is another Brett Veach win. What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Tuesday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. Now, news broke early this morning. The Chiefs are trading all-pro left guard Joe Thunk to the Chicago Bears. But why? Isn't Kansas City trying to bolster up their offensive line and not break it apart? Well, let's talk through and discuss. As always, I ask that you like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. And let's get into this. All right, let's start with the facts, then we're going to get into some analysis. Here is NFL Network's Ian Rappaport with a quick summary of the trade.
We do have a major trade for the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chicago Bears. Once again, the Bears load up on the offensive line. Earlier this week, it was Jonah Jackson. This time, a big one. Sources say all-pro guard Joe Thunk, one of the best in the NFL, who of course played tackle this year in a pinch, but is a big-time guard, is expected to be traded to the Chicago Bears. This deal, of course, cannot be final until the start of the league year. If you look at what Kansas City is doing, they're already paying Creed Humphrey. They obviously are going to pay Trey Smith. They need to free up some space. Joe Thunk ends up going, I would say, similar to the Tyreek Hill trade a couple years back, a player about to get a third contract. They move on, get a little younger, free up some space. For the Chicago Bears, nothing is more important than protecting Caleb Williams. They now have one of the best in the NFL to do it.
Now, the Athletics' Diana Rossini first broke the news around 8 a.m. this morning, saying that the Kansas City Chiefs aren't trade discussions surrounding four-time Super Bowl champ Joe Thunk per sources. Now, other reports from Rappaport and Adam Schefter confirmed the news. Rappaport tweeted out that the deal is being finalized as we speak, but sources say it's centered around a future fourth-round pick. While Schefter added to compensation update, the Bears are trading a 2026 fourth-round pick to the Chiefs for Pro Bowl offensive lineman Joe Thunk per source. Now, I can understand when fans first heard this news, they were probably shocked. Why move on from a solid piece of your offensive line, especially after the troubles were conveniently plastered across almost every TV during Super Bowl 59? Well, there are a lot of reasons why this trade actually makes perfect sense and how it sets up the Chiefs to continue this dynastic run. Now, it might not be fun, but it's the necessary business. All right, in the report you heard from Rappaport, pointing out a few key points. The trade, first of all, allows the Chiefs to pay starting right guard Trey Smith. He even went as far to compare the trade to that of Tyreek Hill. Now, from a purely monetary standpoint, this trade allows the Chiefs to retain $16 million in cap space. The 32-year-old, who will be 33 this season, has 1 year left on his contract with a base salary of $15.5 million. So this move is going to allow Kansas City to save all that cash when they are currently dealing with some money constraints after placing that franchise tag on Trey Smith. Now, the Chiefs have until the start of the new league year on March 12th to be under that 2025 salary cap, which is set at $279.2 million. Tagging the 25-year-old puts Kansas City at an estimated $16.9 million over the cap. So by trading away Thunk, a man who has earned an extension, Kansas City now frees up cap space and chooses to invest in their young players with the good old offensive line shuffle. Now, this also opens up the Chiefs for business during free agency. This allows Thunk, who has earned it, to get paid by the Bears, who are likely going to extend the All-Pro. All right, let's check in with our NFL insider, Herbie T.O.B., for some background on this trade, making it make more sense. Herbie writes the 6'5", 304-pound Thunk originally joined the Chiefs as a free agent back in 2021. He became a mainstay on the offensive line, contributing to 2 Super Bowl championship runs and garnering first-team All-Pro honors twice, in 2023 and 2024, over the past 4 seasons. Now, his absence leaves another hole on the left side of the offensive line. Chiefs coach Andy Reid, during the NFL Scouting Combine, said that Thunk, who started at left tackle during Super Bowl 59, would move back to his natural position. Reid then added the left tackle position would be addressed during the offseason. But with Thunk now heading to Chicago, the Chiefs have 2 essential spots to fill. The Chiefs will enter the 2025 regular season with a new-look offensive line, conjuring memories from 2021 when the Chiefs revamped the starting front five in the wake of their Super Bowl loss to the Tampa Bay Bucks. More on who the Chiefs are now going to lean on. Yahoo Sports and NFL Network reporter Nate Tice points this out. Kingsley Suamataia will now be given a shot to start at left guard for the Chiefs. Left tackle remains a question mark, but I doubt Andy Reid and company leave that unaddressed. The Chiefs just had so much tied to their offensive line after tagging Trey Smith. Something had to give. So this is a long-term trade. I know it doesn't initially make sense for the Chiefs to trade away a key part of their offensive line when they have O-line issues, but stick with me here. The Kansas City Star writes that they were actually set to have three main interior offensive linemen, Thuney, Creed Humphrey, and Smith, all occupy $61 million against the salary cap, with Humphrey and Smith's numbers only growing over ensuing seasons. Now, a team with this many needs and this few financial resources to fill them cannot send all of its dollars toward a non-premium position, particularly when the need for the real premium position on the line, left tackle, remains. The blueprint was Thuney or Smith rather than Thuney and Smith, and the response to that decision is pretty simple. The Chiefs opted for a 25-year-old over a 32-year-old. Listen, there are going to be some growing pains, no doubt. The Chiefs are choosing to invest in younger players and develop guys like Suamataia, even Hunter Norzad. Like I mentioned earlier, Kansas City frees up some cash to potentially even shop the free agency market. Former NFL QB Chase Daniel tweeted out that there's only one player that now makes sense for the Chiefs in free agency now that All-Pro Joe Thuney is gone. He says Ronnie Stanley. Now, Chase actually said that he recorded this on Tuesday with Diana Rossini. While it was a joke then, he thinks now it has to happen.
I got one more.
All right.
Not talked about a lot, but I don't know if a player has had a better free agency year than who I'm about to say, and that person is Ronnie Stanley from the Baltimore Ravens. Here's what I want to happen. Go to the
good year last year.
Great year. Go to the Kansas City Chiefs. Their tackle situation right now. You said money's not an issue, so this is why I did this.
I was just going to say, well, then who are you going to move over, though? Because they just tagged Trey Smith, right? They're going to try to extend him.
You drafted Kingsley Suamataia in the second round, didn't work out. And you promised, okay, you did this after the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Veach. You went out and you solidified that offensive line even more. Get your guy and move him to left tackle. Get him to left tackle. Make sure you protect the franchise, and that franchise is Patrick Mahomes. And in this scenario, money does not exist. This won't happen, but I'd love to see it.
All right, like Chase pointed out on this tweet, it could surely happen now, and the Chiefs might have the monetary means to be able to do so. Again, the trade isn't perfect, but it's necessary. The Chiefs love Thuney, and in a perfect world, they would extend him. But this league is a business, and it looks like Brett Veach and company are willing to make those sacrifices while investing in the long-term outlook of this team. All right, let's move on to the topic I promised that we would actually speak about yesterday. Travis Kelce is staying in Kansas City. The tight end actually spoke about why he's not done just yet on his podcast, The New Heights Show.
Why are you playing another season?
The biggest thing is that I love playing the game of football.
That's a good reason.
I love playing. I still feel like I could play it at a high level and possibly at a higher level than I did last year. I don't think it was my best outing. I let my guys down in a lot more moments than I helped them, especially if you look at my track record and how I've been in years past. I want to give it a good run. I got a bad taste in my mouth on how I ended the year and how well I was playing and, you know, how accountable I was for the people around me. And I love so many people in Kansas City, both in that facility, in the community. It's home for me now. I don't want to leave that life yet. I put in a lot of hard work and I put in a lot of, focus into being the best that I can for KC. Last year, it just, it didn't end well for us. I feel like there's a responsibility in me to play out the contract that I initially signed, to give Kansas City and the Chiefs organization everything that I got. And that's what I'm going to do, man.
I hear what you're saying. I think, it's hard losing a Super Bowl. You feel like there's so many things you could have done better or whatnot. Don't lose sight of the big reason that you guys are there is because of who you are. You know what I mean? I know you're going to be dedicated like you always are.
Kansas City, baby. We're back at it for at least one more year. I can't say whether or not this is going to be the last year because I still love a lot of what I do for the city of Kansas City and the Chiefs organization. So I know I got one on my contract. I'm going to give you guys everything I got, baby.
So you're saying there's a possibility he could stay even longer? Okay. The tight end's initial contract signed has 1 year remaining with a $4.5 million base salary and $12.5 million roster bonus due at the end of next week. Last season, the 35-year-old put up career lows in receiving yards, 823, and touchdown receptions with 3, the lowest, in fact, since the Titans' rookie season back in 2013 when he played just 1 game. Sports Illustrated writes, however, whether he continues to start and whether he plays under his current contract still remains to be answered. Now, Kelce has welcomed contract restructuring to help the Chiefs' salary cap in recent past. The Chiefs, who would have saved $17.25 million by releasing Kelce in a cap move, have yet to ask him to reduce that contract. Currently, Kelce will have a $19.8 million cap hit for the 2025 season, but as we know, there are ways that Veach and the Chiefs front office can move things around. Now, I like this option. It's pointed out by SpotRack's Michael Gannetti. He noted that the Chiefs can open up just over $10 million by converting Kelce's roster bonus to a signing bonus. So the Chiefs have exactly 1 week from today to get under the cap, so expect maneuvering and maybe some more roster moves in the coming days. All right, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. You know the drill. We'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, we ask that you like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll be back with you tomorrow.